Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today I'm going to show you how to interface a PIC to our PC and to make a communication between these two devices via RS232 standard. Sometimes it is necessary for a system with microcontrollers to collect information that later has to be processed, for example, temperatures, consumed powers, etc. The most common information collection system being a PC. In other cases, it might be necessary to control the inputs and outputs of a device using a PC. A PC can also be used to update the firmware of a device. But in any case, the simple way to communicate a device with microcontrollers with a PC is through the serial port using the RS232 standard. So I have put together in a practical way the application circuit of a system with a PIC microcontroller and an RS232 integrated circuit, which will allow me to send data or binary numbers from 0000 to 1111 to be read from a port, a virtual port. And we will send these numbers serially to the PC and can be viewed through a real-time interface, which in this case we will use the application called Hercules. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you first the code that I've used or I have loaded into my PIC. Okay, so we're using a PIC-18F4550. We include that in the code. We also include the fuses that we're going to use for this practice, and the clock, the internal clock that our PIC has, and those two includes the USB bootloader and jacks are two special libraries that our development board needs to be programmed. And we also use the RS232 standard. We declare about 9600 baudios, which is the beats per second, and we declare the pin C6 as our transmitter and the pin C7 as a receiver. And we just basically send this information to our PIC, and we send the binary numbers, and from 0 to 15. We send it in both in the binary system and in decimal system. Okay, so now that I have showed you the program, I'm gonna show you my circuit I built. So for this practice, I made use of this cable, which uses the RS232 standard, and this cable will allow us to convert that into a USB, which with this we will able to connect our laptop to this RS232 standard. Next, we connect this RS232 to this module. This module converts the RS232 standard to TTL, or to a serial communication. We see there that we have the VCC pin, the RXD pin, the TXD pin, and the ground pin. And this module will allow us to connect this RS232 standard to our PIC microcontroller. Okay, so here we have our development board, which uses the PIC-18F4550. This development board is called Pinguino Jacks, and enable us to program it whenever we want without using a PIC kit, which everyone knows that is to program the PICs. but with this development board, it's easy for us to load our programs, and also to have all the pins more accessible, right? So here we connect the 5 voltages of the PIC to our integrated circuit, and also the grounds are interconnected. And here, as I told you, the 6 pin will be the transmitter, and the 6 will be the receiver. Okay, so we connect the transmitter with the transmitter of this module, and the receiver with the receiver or PIC. Okay, so having all this connected, I just need to plug my microcontroller. I'm gonna plug it. Okay, so it has been plugged there, and I'm gonna plug it into my computer. Okay, so they both have turned on, and I'm going to connect the RS232 standard as well. And it has been connected. So what we are going to see in the laptop again, we're going to see how a port has been created. In the device manager window, we see here the COM6, which is the assigned name for this cable that we have connected to our PC. And here we have the Hercules application, which will be the interface of our PIC connected to the laptop. So we are going to select the serial. We're going to select the serial here, the COM6, which is the one that we are using, and the values, which are now 9600, and we just need to start reopen our serial port. I'm going to restart the code, and the binary count starts from 0, and it should be ending at 15 or 1 1 1 1. And we can close now the port. So we had demonstrated that our connection has been done successful. Our PIC and sent the data to our laptop, and we saw it in this interface by using the Hercules application. Thank you. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe for future content.
Billie Eilish.